I blew up my life 2.5 years ago. After a year of telling my husband that I was not happy and us talking about divorce, or me talking about divorce.
Welcome to Regret and Accountability. It's an episode where women who left their husband for no good reason are crying back for them.
So I've come to the realization tonight, I'm not made to date in 2023. I don't understand where the hell this has gone to. I'm not made for situationships, whatever that means. No, I'm made to be a wife and a mom. I want my man to come home to me. I want to have dinner cooked. I want laundry done. I want to do all that. That's what I'm made for. That's what God made me for. I know people are going to be like, it's 2023. Women don't need to be doing that. I want that. I want that.
This is how a lot of these women find out the hard way. They up and leave their husbands and then end up struggling to date afterwards. Many like this woman are just stuck in situationships after situationships, chasing the same kind of excitement they once felt, but never finding real love again. They go from man to man, hoping each new one will be different, but it's always the same story. No commitment, no stability, no genuine connection. And deep down, they start realizing that the freedom they thought they wanted isn't what they imagined. It's just loneliness dressed up as empowerment. It's like a blueprint they're all following. They up and leave without ever thinking about the long-term consequences. They convince themselves that the grass is greener on the other side, that they can do better, only to find out that dating in today's world isn't what it used to be.
I blew up my life 2.5 years ago. After a year of telling my husband that I was not happy and us talking about divorce, or me talking about divorce, I just decided one day that that was that. I was going to leave. And I packed a suitcase and I left. And for those of you that have also done this, I wonder if you have any regrets.
I need to vent this out somewhere. Dating after a divorce is insane. Because it sucks. It feels like my brain was hardwired to be a wife, and that's what I signed up for, was to be someone's forever person. Like, I don't understand now that I'm thrown back into the dating pool. I don't understand how to be casual. Like, I got fully married at, 24. I thought I would be with that person forever, and now I'm out here learning what a situationship is. And I hate it. I hate it so much.
Y'all, dating after divorce is no fucking joke. It's a 0 out of 10. I do not recommend, okay? Do not recommend. I'm so over men in general. Why is it so hard to find a decent person these days? Someone with good values, good morals. You know, someone that ain't on some bullshit and got 7 baby mamas and, 2 wives and 2 side bitches already. Like, I don't want that. Why can't I just find one solid ass man that lives close to me? I would find some fine ass man on TikTok, but why the fuck they gotta live so far? Y'all, dating in your 30s with kids, this shit is not for the weak, for real. It's pretty fucking annoying. And I'm just about over it. Y'all about to catch me alone forever at this point, because where the fuck's my husband at? He ain't nowhere near me. I have a feeling if my soulmate is somewhere, they're probably on the other side of the fucking country. I'm convinced at this point.
Well, you heard her. But dating in what appears to be her 50s, divorced with 2 kids, isn't for the weak. Some of these women leave their husbands thinking there's going to be another one waiting around the corner. Some charming, successful man ready to pick up where their ex left off. But reality hits differently. Those kinds of men aren't lining up for single mothers in their 50s or 30s. In her case, it's especially hard because she has 2 kids. Most men aren't looking to take on another man's responsibilities, especially at that stage in life. Her priorities are completely different now. She's not just dating for herself, she's dating as a mother. Every decision she makes has to consider her children. The reality is, she wants something real, But the men she's meeting aren't that interested to step into that role.
Dating after divorce is the most complicated thing ever. There's talking stages, there's dating stages, there's situationships. What is all of this? First of all, I don't know how to not be a wife. I want to cook for you. I want to clean for you. I want to check in on you. I want to call you all the time because you're my man, but not my man. And I also want to go batshit crazy. And I can't because you're my man, but like not my man. It's so hard.
I mean, all right, you said that we would talk. So let's talk. It's been almost a whole day and we haven't even talked to each other.
I mean, what do you want me to say? That I'm sorry I have a Tinder profile? Like, I'm sorry. Okay.
I mean, why do you have one?
I don't know. I don't know. We've been together for like almost 11 years. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to try something new. I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, 11 years. Why wouldn't you just say something? You make a Tinder instead of talking to your husband of 11 years?
Because, like, what if I made a Tinder and then I came to you and I was like, hey, I don't want to be together anymore. And then, you know, we split and we've got the kids. And then I didn't like anything that I found on Tinder. You know, like, at least if I didn't say anything and you didn't find me, then at least I still had this to come back to.
To come back to?
Yeah.
That's it. We're done.
Could that woman be any more bothered to have this conversation with her husband? I don't think so. Which is pretty telling. Which, in addition, the other thing that's very telling is the fact that she justifies her actions. Complete justification, no accountability. Which is exactly why this, honestly, is a man's worst nightmare. To be married for 11 years and to find her Tinder profile on his own without her even admitting that she had any problems in the relationship, I sure hope that they don't have any children. But on top of that, she completely denies that she's the wrong person here, that she is the one that is the problem. And that's probably what her story is going to be when people are asking her what happened in the marriage, what caused your divorce. That is exactly what she's going to say, that it was a him problem, not a her problem. But guys are sick of this. It is such a double standard. It definitely wasn't him when you're the one that was doing this.
This is grounds for divorce. This man is confronting his wife because she made a Tinder profile. And honestly, he's wasting his time trying to talk to her about it. To her, the relationship is already over. Once a woman reaches that point, she's emotionally checked out and already planning her escape. She's not looking for solutions anymore. She's looking for her next option. And that's the sad truth a lot of men have to face. By the time you find out about the dating apps, the messages, or the secret accounts, it's not a mistake or just curiosity. It's premeditated. She's been fantasizing about a new life, new attention, and new validation. She's not interested in fixing the marriage. She's preparing for her next chapter. He's sitting there, still trying to reason with her, still trying to make sense of it. But what he doesn't realize is that he's talking to someone who's already gone. Emotionally, she's left the relationship weeks, maybe even months ago.
I'm divorcing my husband because he booed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, and I still don't think he believes me, to be honest, but he might want to start, because I just filed my paperwork at the courthouse, and you can see right here, the date of separation is this year's Super Bowl. I'm not just doing this because of the action of booing. I am doing this because of everything that it represents in our relationship. I have loved Taylor Allison Swift since I was 12 years old. My husband even likes her too. Like, he'll put on her music when we're cooking together. He has a favorite song. It's Girl at Home. But we were at the Super Bowl. It was me, him, and 5 of his buddies. And when they put Taylor up on the Jumbotron, all of his buddies started booing, and my husband joined in. And that just tells me everything I need to know about that man, because he didn't care that that would hurt my feelings. He just wanted to fit in with his boys. He didn't even care that that's not even how he actually feels. He just like wanted to look cool, I guess. And that's not a man. That's a boy. And when you see that, you can't really unsee it. So I'm divorcing him. Thankfully, I have a prenup. I'll be retaining all of my assets as well as the assets that I inherited. With peace and love, he probably will not be returning to the Super Bowl anytime soon. So that's one less booer for you, Taylor. I love you.
I know our marriage is over. I don't want him back. We're knee-deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here. And it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I don't know why. So Forgive how I look this early in the morning, but it's already been a rough morning. You can tell I'm already crying. It's my wedding anniversary today. And because this date has been ingrained in me for so long, of course, it was the first thing that I thought about when I woke up this morning. And then I realized, yeah, we're still technically married, but this is far from being a celebratory anniversary. We're knee deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here. And it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I don't know why.
Sobbing and crying because her husband found happiness without her. A lot of these ex-wives feel this way because deep down, they realize they couldn't give that man the peace or fulfillment he was looking for. They took his presence for granted, assuming he'd always be there, no matter how poorly they treated him. But when he finally walked away and built a better life, that's when reality hit them like a brick wall. And what makes it worse is that now she has to watch another woman enjoy the version of him she could have had. The calm, confident, healed man who learned from the chaos she created. That's when it dawns on her that the grass wasn't greener. She was the problem all along. But by then, it's too late. He's moved on, and she's left with nothing but her memories and the haunting thought of what could have been.
Would you ever date again? If you're a woman, maybe over 40, and you've been divorced, do you date still or want to be in a relationship with a man? I have zero desire to be in a relationship. I'm 51. I've been divorced for 15 years, and that probably has something to do with it because I've been single for a long time. So I'm kind of set in my ways. The compromising thing, I don't know that I could do it. All of it. I don't think I could do it again. So just interested to know who out there thinks different than me, or maybe you're the same. But I have 3 grown kids that are out of the house. I'm an empty nester now, and gonna sell my house and buy an RV and travel, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I like being alone.
I think it's actually a good thing she admitted that, because at least she's being honest with herself. Like she mentioned, she's set in her ways, and no man wants to deal with a woman who's stubborn, argumentative, and unwilling to grow. That's exactly why so many men end up going for younger women. Not just because of looks, but because younger women tend to be more cooperative, open-minded, and easier to build with. Older women often don't realize that being set in your ways isn't a strength in relationships. It's a barrier. It means you're not willing to adapt, compromise, or meet someone halfway. And when you combine that with emotional baggage, past trauma, and a hardened attitude from years of disappointment, it's no wonder dating becomes so difficult.
Why does nobody talk about how hard dating is after divorce? Like, people talk about, oh, it's so hard to find the love of your life, it's so hard to find someone to marry. No, dating in your 20s is easy. Finding someone to marry is easy. Dating after divorce is hard. Like, most people who've been divorced have a lot of issues with trust. They might have been with someone toxic, they might have been with a narcissist, they might have been gaslit. All these things that just make dating after divorce so much harder. Not to mention the fact that the dating pool goes from something like this to something like this. And it's just so hard to find genuine people. And I feel like loads of people that message me on here seem so genuine, but you just don't know. And when you've been divorced and you have trust issues, it's so hard to know who to trust, like, especially online, because how can you tell if someone's genuine? If you meet someone in real life, it's a lot easier. But when you're meeting someone online, when you're chatting, people could just say what they think that they want you to hear. Please tell me that I'm not alone in thinking that dating after divorce is probably one of the hardest things.
So recently I caught up with an old friend, and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple, and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids, and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends. And they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time. And then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her, like, the girl doesn't work, she does that.
This is what I mean. You can give a woman everything, and she'll still find a reason to return to the streets. In this woman's case, she had everything: a big house, a comfortable lifestyle, and a husband who provided for her. And keep in mind, this is a woman who didn't even work. She didn't have to worry about bills, stress, or responsibility. Her only job was to be a wife and take care of her home. Yet somehow, even that wasn't enough. She had stability, security, and peace, 3 things many people pray for. But she traded all of that for the illusion of excitement, thinking the single life would make her happier. Now she's out there struggling to find her footing, realizing that the dating world isn't welcoming, especially for a woman her age with no job and no plan, and 2 kids at that. That's what happens when comfort turns into entitlement, when a woman forgets how rare it is to have a man who provides and protects. She starts to see it as normal instead of valuable.